Pokemon Center Singapore will now sell their Pokemon products unsealed. They will rip the peel and the official seal off their Pokemon products that they sell. This is kind of astounding that an official Pokemon, it's not even a distributor, it's officially Pokemon, like their own store, they're ripping the seals at the point of sale once a customer buys their product, which is astounding to me. Because effectively what they're saying is, hey, consumer, you don't get to decide what to do with this product. We get to decide for you. Although you bought this in this particular state, we're going to now peel it and rip it in front of you, or before they ship it. I'm not sure. According to PokeBeach, this is all this reporting's from. Send it to you unsealed, or sell it to you unsealed, which is absolutely crazy to me. That we have, it's absolutely crazy to me that they get to decide what you get to do with the product that you buy. And the claim is they're trying to prevent scalping, because right now within the Pokemon market, there's a lot of scalping going on. There's a lot of people going and buying out product at the vending machines. And yes, I understand that that may be a reason, but let's be clear. The only reason why we're in the position we're in right now is because of Pokemon. The official Pokemon company is not meeting the demand. And yes, it could take 6 to 9 months to ramp up printing presses to get more product out. But let's make no mistake, they control the supply of Pokemon cards from the beginning. So the fact that they're trying to blame all the scalpers and all the other collectors that are new to the hobby, which there's tens of thousands of them because of the Pokemon TCG Pocket app, released late in the fall of last year. Literally, people are coming back to the hobby and or getting new into the hobby because of their own app that Pokemon created. If you like Pokemon market analysis, learning how to start your own Pokemon business, this is the channel for you, so please hit subscribe. Now, all these people are going to be affected. And make no mistake, just because this is happening in Singapore doesn't mean it's not going to come, doesn't mean that policy is not going to come to the US. Just you wait. Where did Pokemon TCG Pocket get tested at? It got tested overseas. It was an early release overseas, I believe in New Zealand and Singapore. So yes, that was a digital product, but that doesn't mean they're not testing policies in other Pokemon centers to see the reception of fans. Me personally, as you probably can tell, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of billion-dollar companies pushing their ethics onto the consumer. Because they're effectively saying only certain people are allowed to buy this. Only true fans buy booster boxes or buy these products. Who defines what a true fan is? Why do they get to decide what that is? And if I'm a paying customer and I expect a product to be in the state that you advertise it to be in, which was sealed, an official seal on it, why are you getting to destroy it or damage it before I take ownership of it? Which is crazy to me. They're effectively saying, hey, it's all the consumers and all these scalpers' fault. It's not Pokemon's fault that there's no product on the shelves. It's all these little scalpers and all the consumers. Oh, and make no mistake, all the distributors out there charging near market value for all of their products right now. It's insane to think that it's all the consumers' fault. And they're trying to blame the scalpers and all these other consumers. When the demand for Pokemon cards is so high because there's a lot of new collectors. There's definitely people coming to the hobby. And yes, there's people coming in trying to make money from the hobby. But make no mistake, it's the Pokemon company and the official distributors the Pokemon company sells to directly that are the problem. They're the ones who control the supply. From the beginning, Pokemon prints it and officially sells it to the official distributors, right? And then the distributors, what they're doing after release, charging all the LGSs and all these vendors and stores just below market value just to buy booster boxes and all these Pokemon products. Why? Because they know there's a huge demand and they know they can get away with it. Oh, but hey, it's all the consumer's fault. I mean, come on. Last week, MJ Holdings was found, who's an official distributor to Walmart and Target, who gets their product directly from Pokemon. They were caught selling on Walmart's secondary market, like you can sell on Walmart.com as a like. Walmart.com is effectively like Amazon, where you can have different vendors and sellers make accounts and sell on their website. MJ Holding, an official Pokemon distributor, was caught selling Pokemon cards on their own Walmart.com vendor account, selling Pokemon cards at market value. Oh, but it's all the consumer's fault. It's not these distributors literally getting Pokemon cards dirt cheap and then flipping it on their own account on Walmart.com and selling it to collectors at market value. They're effectively scalping. And but it's all the LGSs, it's all these rip and ships, it's all these other stores that their issue. Jesus Christ, Pokemon, get your crap together and go after the distributors who are destroying your brand by selling things way more than selling things near market value. I mean, Jesus, the distributors are selling ETBs in a normal market around $30 an ETB. $30 to vendors and LGSs. Yet right now they're selling these ETBs and booster boxes and everything at near market value. And where's near market value for a Prismatic Evolutions ETB? It's like $120 right now. They get it for dirt cheap from Pokemon Company, and then flipping it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But oh, hey, it's all the consumer's fault. It's all these scalpers, huh? And make no mistake, this could affect the counterfeit market for Pokemon cards. People are been making counterfeit Pokemon cards since the very beginning. So now you have a flood of products that could potentially go on the market if this policy came to the US that are all unsealed. You will have no way of knowing if something was resealed or not, unless you got it sealed from a Target, a Walmart, a GameStop. There's no way to know. This policy will only exacerbate the issue of counterfeit Pokemon cards coming onto the market. This will not help fans. This will only hurt the consumer at the end of the day. Not only is a consumer buying a product that's effectively damaged, in my opinion, because these things were sold sealed, and yes, they're probably going to advertise, hey, we're going to rip it off. But in my mind, people want to buy sealed product and put it in their collection. There's actual collectible value to a sealed booster box. There's collectible value to a sealed ETB. People genuinely like that. I have 3 sealed ETBs on my collection that I probably never will sell. But hey, I get to decide that because I'm the consumer and I spent my money on it. Not gonna let a billion-dollar corporation get to tell me what to do with the product that I bought. It's absolutely astounding that this is okay practice. We're gonna be okay with this as consumers. I know in Japan they've been doing it for 4 years, and I would never, if I ever go to Japan, I'm not buying in the store. It's ridiculous. You don't get to decide what I do with something that I buy. Billion-dollar company. You don't get to damage something and effectively change and alter it from the very beginning when I buy it. It's ridiculous to think that this is okay policy. And that we're just going to accept billion-dollar corporations pushing down these ethical morals against us. Who defines a true fan? You tell me. What is a true fan of Pokemon? Because before July 2023, I'm not a true fan of Pokemon. I hadn't collected since I was a kid. Why does the billion-dollar corporation get to decide what a true fan is? Look, I'm not a fan of all these consumers fighting with each other either about scalpers and what they do with the product. In my mind, if you're a corporation, if you're a business, just limit the product, create a system where, hey, you can only buy X amount when you show up on day of, and yes, that has been happening over the last couple months, but when the market popped off, it wasn't happening. And yes, Pokemon's doing it now with their vending machines all over the place. Just limit the product per customer. Businesses are acting like they can't do anything. Let's provide a counter argument to this, to my arguments. Hey, this will affect scalpers, yes, because they're getting product not sealed, but scalpers then can just go to stores at Target, Walmart, whatever the case, buy product there, and true fans still don't go get it. So it doesn't affect that situation at all. Unless you're telling me GameStop's gonna rip the seal off right in front of me when I buy the product, I'd be so mad if that happened. Like, that is ridiculous to me, that they get to decide what I do with the product that I'm buying. And yes, effectively, they could start manufacturing these products without an official seal. There's no law or regulation saying they have to do that. From a standpoint of knowing that you're getting official product from Pokemon Center and you know it's sealed and it hasn't been tampered with, like, that's a big deal for people. Even true fans. Like, you know it's not been tampered, you know what you're getting, and you know what you're getting is legitimate and real. I don't know. I think I get a little frustrated with gatekeeping in general. Because that's effectively what Pokemon's saying. Hey, we're gatekeeping this to quote-unquote true fans. You're not allowed to have the product in a sealed state because of all these other consumers that I have no say on. I'm not the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just a collector and you want to buy something sealed, you're not the one scalping. You're not the one doing all these other bad, quote, bad behavior. You're not the one causing the problem. Yet you're being affected by that issue. You're being affected by the problem. And guess who can fix the problem? Oh, Pokemon. Just print more, like, just print more. Forehead, like. And yes, I understand it's not an instantaneous thing. It takes time to ramp up production. I'm fully aware of that. But I still don't understand how Pokemon releases Pokemon TCG Pocket and doesn't think, oh, hey, people might want to start collecting in the real world again when you open digital Pokemon packs and see cool artwork. Gee, I wonder why Pokemon's popped off in demand. You could literally look at the charts. It's after Pocket was released. And so what does that mean? All these other people who want to make money in the hobby start flooding in and, quote, scalping. But true fans they're the problem. I don't know. I can't get past the fact that Pokemon controls the entire supply chain of this product from the very beginning. They do own the printing presses. I had someone argue with me in the comments about this. Literally, the company that prints their Pokemon cards is a subsidiary of the Pokemon Company. What does that mean? Pokemon Company owns the company that prints their cards. Like, they get to decide what to do with them. And yes, I understand that company prints other stuff too. But hey, you can meet demand. And yes, Pokemon has been trying to combat the scalping situation and the loitering situation at their vending machines that are placed in different stores. But if stores are having problems with scalpers, then just trespass them. I don't understand this. Like, businesses can say, hey, you need to leave my property. They have to give people opportunities to leave and trespass. And then if they don't, call the cops. I don't understand. Like, it seems like everyone doesn't want to be, like, confrontational anymore. Like, I think this policy is ridiculous. I think it's harmful to the hobby. It's going to create more issues than problems it's, quote, trying to solve. They're trying to solve this scalping issue by blaming the consumer and destroying and changing a product after it was sold. Because that's effectively what happens. I don't get the product until it's in my hand, right? Until the exchange of funds until funds were exchanged. And then you're going to rip it in front of me. Like, oh my God, that's so ridiculous. But hey, it's the consumer's fault. It's going to make counterfeiting Pokemon cards way easier. As a consumer, you're going to have less confidence that whatever you're buying hasn't been tampered with, hasn't been resealed, hasn't had any issues with it. And that's what's great about a seal is, yes, people have done resealing, but it's hard to do. It's very hard to do, especially that plastic one around a booster box or an ET. Like, there's a clear difference between like a reseal and an official seal. But what do you think about this policy? If this came to the US, would you be for it, against it? Why not? Let me know down in the comments, because I want to hear from other consumers what their thoughts are on this, because this is going to have a dramatic effect on the Pokemon industry and the collecting hobby as a whole if this comes to the US, this policy. So please let me know in the comments, like and subscribe if you found any value in this video.